Hi, friend. This is the You Can Emerge Positive podcast, and I am your host and the coach and mindset person, Deanne Lewis. And I'm so grateful that you are here joining me today because, it is that time of year where people are starting to not feel good, and it's the cold and flu season, and who knows if COVID's still here or not. But there's just so much out there, and I feel like I'm playing dodge the cold. Don't you? I mean, it is not a fun time. But that being said, naps are so great at this time of year. We've got the holidays now behind us, and now it is like perfect nap time. And I have to say, I've never been a fan of naps until after I left the corporate world. When I was in corporate America, I really prided myself on just running hard, working hard, crashing at night, and having a great sleep, and starting it all again the next day. There was no naps going on in my world. But once I left corporate America, for probably like the next 8 to 9 months, as I was unwinding myself and my identity from that past job, I took naps every single day. I mean, they are the cure for stress, for anxiety, for eye strain, for lack of focus, for tiredness. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Naps are like an amazing thing. Who knew? And now that I understand that, now I really do love to try and take a nap whenever I can, ideally. But of course, many days I can't do that. But if I can, oh, a quickie, you got it. 20 minutes, I am down for the nap. So for this last holiday time, I mean, holiday travel is just like, ugh, if you got to get on an airplane, it's like a mecca of the cold, right? Like you're getting something, you're being exposed to something anyway. And when we got back from our travel, my husband, as always, got sick. He always gets sick at this time of year, and it will hang on for several weeks, and that causes me to be playing the dodge the cold. Like you want to be very kind and you want to be helpful, but at the same time, it's like, stay away. I don't want anything to do with this. And so we've been dealing with this for the last couple of weeks. And it really made me realize that one of the things about our health is truly the foundation of our happiness. In my 20s, I really could care less about my health. Like it just wasn't something I thought about. And I'm sure that anybody out there that's in their 20s, they're like, whatever. Like they want to look good, they're going to the gym, but they're not thinking about, taking vitamin C, right? But then in your 30s, you start getting more awareness to it. And certainly from 40s and on, your health is part, in fact, not part, your health is the foundation to having a happy life. If you are not healthy, you are not being joyful in your life, right? You're probably cranky and you don't feel well and you just don't want to deal with people. So I started thinking about this whole concept that each of us is the CEO of our own health and that we need to approach our own health like that. Like we are the CEO. We're the only ones that can really take control, make the choices, and take action to make sure that our health is in tip-top shape. And that may look different for each of us. For me, it means I'm going to bed early. It means I'm sleeping as late as much as I can and as late as I can. It means I'm taking supplements like zinc, vitamin C, and lots of water. That is like the trio of like they're like the trifecta, really, of good health. If you're feeling run down, those are the three things you should absolutely try: zinc, vitamin C, lots of water. And it really is just part of that of the steps that I take to make sure that I'm running in tip-top shape. So for you, I mean, we're all in this crazy time of post-holiday, mid-January. What are you doing for your health? I mean, are you seeing it? You've got to be seeing it. When you go into the office or just around in your neighborhood or at the grocery store, people are hacking and coughing and blowing their nose. What are you doing to keep yourself well? I mean, are you doing the position of CEO of your own health well, or are you just blowing it off? Like, what are you doing? I would love to hear, especially if it's different from what I just talked about with the zinc and vitamin C and water. But also, doing things like I always talk about the morning routine, doing things like meditation and journaling, that is part of your overall well-being. That also helps with this, with your immune system as well. And of course, your diet means a lot right now. Eating home cooked meals instead of going out to eat and eating foods that are just good for you and feel good to your body, which of course means different things to different people. But what feels good to you and making sure that it's filled with the nutrients and vitamins that you need. Now is the time that we absolutely need to do that. And can you relate? Can you like relate with me about this whole dodging of the cold thing and like kind of being on edge about it, honestly. I get a little anxious about getting sick because these colds now, I mean, they last forever. I remember being a kid and getting a cold, and it was like 24 hours. The flu was absolutely 24 hours. They called it the 24-hour flu. And now it literally lasts for weeks. So if you catch something, it's not like you're down for a day. You're down or at least feeling crappy for a very long time. And I, for one, get super impatient about that. And I'm sure you do too. So when you're around somebody at work or at home that has the cooties, you definitely just want to stay away from them and not be mean, but you definitely want to stay away from them. I know I do. But anyway, so going back to the CEO of our health, I am the CEO of my health. You are the CEO of yours. And if you don't take the time for your health and I don't take the time for mine, well, no one will. And it is the foundation. Our good health is the foundation of having a joyful life. And I've got to tell you, in Beyond by Emerge Positive, that is the community that I recently launched for women in their midlife who are in this life pivot, in this chapter 2 of their life, trying to determine what is next. And health is truly the foundation of all good things in life. And so, no matter what we're working on and beyond, it could be any area of our life, because we just did this thing called the Life Pie Masterclass. And it allows you to really look at all different areas of your life. But the health area, even if that's not like one of your number one or number two areas that you need to work on, it is still something you have to focus on because it is the foundational piece overall. And if you think about it, if you're not feeling well, you're not joyful. I mean, and if you're not feeling well for several weeks, you are definitely not living your best life. So, and the older you get, I feel like the bigger of the correlation it is because as we get older, if we're not taking care of ourselves, if we're not stretching our body, if we're constantly in pain, that is not a fun day-to-day existence. And it's not a fun day-to-day existence when we're sick with the cold or the flu either, or COVID. So truly, this is a foundational piece that no matter what you are doing in your life, it's worth your attention. And you should ask yourself, what can I do right now to help improve that area of my life? And as I've talked about before, you may be very surprised by it could be something so simple and so small, and yet will reap you such benefits in doing it. So think about what can I do to kind of amp up my health so that I am feeling more energetic and I'm feeling kind of more prepared and ready for my day. And I'm showing up as the person that I want to be, not showing up just, rolling out of bed and, and getting into work, but actually showing up as you, as the true you, connected to that vibrant health that is meant for all of us. So I'm kind of going on that one, but I mean, truly, I cannot talk about this more seriously or enough because it is so, so, so important. So, when you are feeling off, it doesn't even matter if it's sick or not, give yourself the gift of a nap. Just lay down. So, here's what I do because one of the things that stopped me from taking naps before is that I was always concerned that I would oversleep or I would, somehow miss something. So what I do is I lay down normally I lay down on the couch. Honestly, I don't believe that naps should be taken in your bed because it's too much like going to bed. So to me, a nap is somewhere else. So it's normally on the couch, which is kind of a problem if you live with people. So you got to make sure that no one else is around so that you can actually rest. But I set my alarm. So I go on my phone, I set a timer, And it's somewhere a minimum of 20 minutes, maximum of 60. That to me is a nap, somewhere between 20 and 60 minutes. And it is completely dependent on how much time I have in my day to give to a nap, what's going on, and how I'm feeling, right? Like there are days where I'm like, you know something, I just need a quickie. A 20-minute quickie and I'm good. Or sometimes I need 60 minutes. So I set the alarm and then it allows me to immediately go into a deep relaxation, and whether I actually fall asleep or not is really not the point, but it allows me to rest. So if you've never tried that before, set your alarm. It makes all the difference in the world. Some of us also do better with background noise. So, like put on background music or the sound of waves. I mean, you can get them from apps for your phone and play that. Anything to allow you to detach, right? The whole idea here is to let go, detach, get into a deep, restful place. And then when it wakes up, you'll wake up and oh my gosh. Now, I will admit, most of the time when I wake up from this, I am groggy. This is why I never used to like to take naps when I was younger. But within, I'd say 2 to 3 minutes, the grogginess goes away. So if you get that too, just give yourself a little bit of time. And I promise you, like walk around, you'll feel great. It is amazing. It also helps you focus. So if you're procrastinating doing this because you've got a project you're working on, a deadline that you're working on, it will help you. If you feel that depleted, that you really feel exhausted and need a nap, lay down and do it. 20 minutes truly will do wonders. And then maybe have a coffee afterwards when you get up. I love it. I think it is amazing. So, here are some questions to think about um, after the nap. First of all, look at what you could do in your evening. Like what simple things can you do in your evening for like pure relaxation? Maybe it's a bath, maybe it is reading, maybe it's reading in bed, maybe it's eating some food that's like homemade chicken noodle soup. Doesn't that sound good? Like when it's cold outside, I love homemade chicken noodle soup. And by the way, there are hacks about those. You don't have to like spend hours doing it. You just put the simple ingredients together, boom, it's really easy. You should be able to have a really nice homemade chicken noodle soup in half an hour. You don't have to spend all day on it. I swear to God, it's so good. And but create something special for you. Then think about these CEO of your health questions. What is my body craving for right now? Is it nutrients? Is it rest? Is it movement? Is it something else? Like, get really in tune. Like, what is your body needing? Because you know something? We're running around so much. We really aren't paying attention. I mean, we know we're tired. I think a lot of people walk around tired every single day. So that's kind of become a norm that you don't even think about it. But if you really get in tune with yourself, you'll start to feel what is off. Is it you're stiff? Is it that you need to exercise? Is it that you just need some fresh air? And I know for many of us at this time of year, you can't go outside and have it be pleasant, but fresh air is so important for us overall. So if you're able to go outside even for a few minutes, go do it. It's so good for you. Also, here's another thought. If I treated myself like someone I was responsible for taking care of, what would I change in the week? Whoa. Okay, so if you were responsible for taking care of yourself, which by the way you are, but just for the sense of this conversation, what would you change? Like if you were treating yourself as if somebody else that you were responsible for, what would you change that you've been doing? That's a good question. That's a really good question. And then the next one and the last one here is what small change would improve my health in this whole area of like the life pie and the looking at just the slice of our health and well-being? What is one thing that I could do that would kind of move that up a notch, that would make my health part of my equation of the whole life pie come up and be a little bit better, a bigger, more balanced piece? One little thing. This is something that I've talked about so much because when we're talking about goals, we do tend to think about these giant movements that we need to make, and we don't need to do that. We just need to do one little thing consistently every single day, over and over and over and over and over. And that one little tiny thing that we change and we do has impact over time. We just have to be patient, which I know is challenging. Patience is not something that we are all good at anymore, right? We're used to immediate gratification. We are used to things being done immediately. But for this purpose, for the purpose of improving your health, for the purpose of reaching goals, it is little things done consistently get you there. It will win the prize if you want. And so think about that. What is the one thing that I can do that's going to help bolster my health, make me feel better because I'm feeling run down now, right? Like what can you do to do that? And if you are looking to have a kind of a support system as you are walking down this pathway of improving your health and improving all different areas of your life, and you want the support and the accountability, maybe you aren't even sure where you want to go. Come join Beyond by Emerge Positive. This is a place for you to identify what you want your life to be over the next 10 years in all areas of your life, not just your health, all areas of your life. You don't have to have the understanding of what that is yet. Come and you will uncover it. It is such a beautiful and amazing thing, and I welcome you to join us. Well, if you take anything out of today's talk, I just want you to know that a nap on the couch is not laziness. It is leadership. It is a strategy and a tool. It is something that everyone should be taking advantage of. Maybe not daily. I understand if you can't do it daily. I can't do it daily, but once a week, oh, it recharges you. Try it if you aren't already doing it. Ask yourself, am I acting like the CEO of my health? And if the answer is no, then take action, take control, and start turning that part of your life around because only you can. And as I've said already, like 5 times, when your health is out of whack, that foundational piece of your joy is not going to happen. It is the foundation of everything else. So when you are not healthy, you are not living a joyful life. You are not living your best life. So it's worth your time and your attention. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited for what is coming for you, what is going to unfold as a result of you choosing to take these little steps. And just remember, you can emerge positive. Hope to see you next Wednesday when we'll be back on YouTube for the next You Can Emerge Positive podcast. See you then.